welcome to Knittin Kitten podcast number 31. My name is Mallory, otherwise known as JustADoseOfLove all around the internet. So you can find me on Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, and Ravelry under JustADoseOfLove, though I am most active on Instagram. I am coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, where I live with my favorite felines, Asika Sonia, Chris, Connor, and a snake named Heidi. It is Sunday, July 12th, and it's approximately 1:15 in the afternoon. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for visiting the channel. This is a bi-weekly video podcast about knitting and crafts and kind of whatever else I happen to be making at the time. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to join me for this little bi-weekly video. I really appreciate it. So I'm just going to jump right in now that that is all out of the way, and I'm going to show you what I have on my needles. So I have been thinking for a little bit now about knitting another ease sweater. So I had knit one and finished it, last summer actually, and that is the ease sweater by Alicia Plummer, and it is knit in a worsted weight yarn, and I've had this really soft, squishy, gorgeous purple acrylic yarn that was gifted to me from my friend Tamara last summer when she was downsizing a little bit with her craft supplies, and I decided that I really wanted to make another ease sweater in this yarn. So let me show you. I don't have very much so far. So this is the yarn. It is Lion brand. It is the Heartland base, which is 100% acrylic, and it's color number 147, which is the Hot Springs color. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous, vibrant purple, and it's just so soft and squishy. And the nice thing about knitting up this sweater in the acrylic yarn is I'm not gonna have to worry too much about it going through the washer and the dryer. There was one very, very sad day where one of my shawls went through the wash, and oh my goodness, I cried. I cried. It was beyond saving, couldn't save it, and that shawl is just, yeah. So lovely reminder to all of you out there, if you are knitting with natural fibers, I'm sure you know, but please don't put it in the wash and in the dryer. Anyways, after that public service announcement, here it is. I have just started. This is about, 45 minutes of knitting, maybe an hour. I messed up a few times, so I had to take it back and restart again. And I couldn't get gauge on the needles that are called for in the pattern. I was, probably 6 stitches off, which is a lot for 4 inches. I was at 12-ish stitches in 4 inches instead of the 18 that was being called for. So I have downsized my needles, and I am knitting this with a 5 mil, which is also a US size 8, and they're on 36-inch cables right now. Now this pattern does call for 2 different size needles, and I believe the smaller ones are used when we get to the bottom of the sweater and the ribbing on the cuffs. So here it is so far. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a gorgeous sweater, and it is just so squishy. I'm super stoked. So that is the biggest project that I have on my needles right now, and currently the only, dropped my yarn on the floor. The only project currently on my needles, but I've got some more plans for smaller projects. Oh my goodness, I'm wrapped around the mic here. I'm so sorry if that was loud and obnoxious. I'm trying something new. Not that I have a problem with the sound quality on my podcasts, but I did want to try with this little lapel mic that I have. I use it sometimes when I'm playing piano, making some recordings that way, and I really like the sound, so I'm trying it for my podcast, and we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's what's currently on my needles. Now I have a few things that are off my needles, and that's really exciting. Yay! So let me show you, what do I want to show you first? Probably this Dramarama sock, because then I can switch my foot form onto the other ones. So the sock that I was knitting up with the Earth yarn, it's on their unique sock base, and it's color number 52. So it's a 75-25% superwash merino nylon mix, and it's this gorgeous self-striping pre-balled ball of yarn, and this is the whole ball. So this is 50 grams worth of sock right here, and I've used Black Cat custom fibers. This is her Choco Mint colorway for the heels and toes. So this is some leftovers that I had from a previous sock that I made for my mom. This is for my mom, so I thought maybe just that little tribute to the first pair that I made her would be kind of nice and sweet, and yeah, so nostalgic, if you will. So yes, this is the Choco Mint colorway. It is on her Blingtron base, and it is an 84-16 superwash merino silver stellina mix. And I've just realized that in my notes I have the wrong colorway listed, but I will fix that before I post all of this. So here it is. Oh man, I just love all of these colors, especially this section here. Oh, just those like light teal greens and the blues. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And I've just been calling it the Dramarama sock because when it's on the sock form like this, it doesn't fit on my sock blockers or my sock form, clearly, but it kind of looks like, you know, cool kids flipping their hair over. So dramatic. So that is one of my finished objects. I am going to be starting on the next one today, tomorrow, within the next week for sure. So that is an upcoming plan, and I do plan to have this done pretty shortly. Now, the reason that I made this so long, for starters, is because my mother really likes to have long socks that just peek over her boots in the winter, and she has smaller calves than I do, so I assumed that it wouldn't be too much of a problem. And she was here today and yesterday. She's in town doing some test drives for vehicles, so she had a chance to try it on, and there were no issues with the calf, so it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm so excited. It was, I don't know, I was thinking a Christmas gift, but frankly, I get impatient when I want to gift people things, so it's probably just going to be a midsummer gift of winter socks. I'm drinking some wine. It is a delicious rosé. Here it is. What's it called? Gazella? I just picked it up yesterday. Thought it looked kind of neat. I'm one of those people that buys based on how things look, and let me tell you, the marketing team, they just got me sold on this. It's pretty all right. Just those really nice pinks. Anyways, I buy things with my eyeballs. Now, the second thing that I have finished, it's actually two objects. So it's a pair of socks. I finished both socks. I had mentioned on my last few podcasts that I had wanted to start reknitting some of my published patterns and making sure that all of the pattern formats and stitch descriptions are standardized. And a lot of that will include reknitting the patterns in colors that are really suited to the pattern itself. And while the first knit through of my law school socks, which I'll show you in a minute, absolutely gorgeous. I love this yarn. So it was I'll just show you the sock. Here it is. So this was originally knit up in Turtle Pearl yarns. This is her striped turtle toes base. It's the City Girl colorway, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. And she has so many gorgeous self-striping yarns. So this is one of them. I've actually knit up a couple couple pairs of socks with her yarns. She's a relatively local to me dyer, so I get to see her at all of those fun fiber festivals, shindigs, places where I can spend all of my money on yarn. Not that we can so far this year because COVID, but that just means I can save up extra and buy double next time, right? That's how that works, right? I think so. Anyways, so here's the pattern. It's got these arrow eyelets going all the way up to the front and little faux cables as borders on both sides of the foot. So this is how it looks on the sock blocker. Let me see if I can turn this a little bit to open that lace up just a tad. And the reason I wanted to reknit these was just because I find that the stripes, though gorgeous, do take away a little bit from the eyelets. So there they are. Cute, cute, delicate little eyelets all the way up the front. So I did reknit the whole pair, and that means I'll be doing photos soon, and I plan to have the pattern republished. Well, not republished, it's more like updated. I plan to have the pattern, what am I trying to say here? The altered pattern uploaded to Ravelry as an update for that pattern next week. So that should be Saturday. That will be re-uploaded, tweaked. And I did mention last time there's going to be a coupon code, and you are hearing it here. It'll be in the show notes. There will be a link down below for that as well in the Ravelry group. And I'm not sure what the code will be yet, but I'll find out. We'll figure something out. Oh, I do always feel so disorganized when we're doing this. Oh, sorry. I'm always like, okay, I got everything. My phone is charged. My light is set up. There's no battery, so I don't have to worry about it. The show notes are updated. All of my things are here. And then there's always like something I forget and something I'm not prepared for every single time. So frustrating. Anyways, new socks. I reknit both of them. So here's the first one. They're both going to look identical, obviously, because it's a pair. But here's the first one, and I was really, really excited to knit it up in this yarn because I could just tell that the eyelets were really going to contrast, and it's one solid color, so you can really see what's going on now. This is Garn Studio yarn. It's their Drops Nord base. It's color number 9, and it's a 45-30-25 alpaca polyamide wool blend. It is gorgeous. Look at it. It's got a little bit of a halo, which you can kind of see. Just a little bit of a halo, but these are going to be the comfiest socks. My mom was wearing them yesterday. Her and my sister have the same size feet. These are actually going to be for my sister for Christmas, if I can hold out that long. Maybe I'll just mail them to her ahead of time, who knows. But they have the same size feet, so my mom was wearing these around the house yesterday. Now, both of their feet, they both have bigger feet than I do, so they don't fit on the foot form so well. That's okay. We all know that this is unfortunately just how it goes. But there it is. Let's see if I can show you those eyelets. Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, with the size of the foot form versus the size of the sock, there's not quite as much pull as I was hoping for. So, but you can definitely see what's going on there with the eyelets. Those cute little arrows, and this pops way better. Look at that. Our little faux cables going up the side. So this is just a yarn over, slip knit, and knit two together, yarn over, or yeah, that's what it is. And that's just both sides. yeah, I'm really stoked on how these turned out. And I did make them full size, so they are equally as tall as they are long, plus the cuff. I'm really excited. I think they look great. Yay! There they are. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that my family likes knit socks. I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my foot forms, they are filled with pennies on the toes. Their toes are filled with pennies. You can see I had to make a little spot here to put the pennies in because they wouldn't stand otherwise, but these socks are kind of heavy, so the foot forms have been falling over today. Oops, I guess I'll probably have to find more pennies. Not that pennies are actually a thing in Canada for a while now, but it's a good thing to use extra pennies for if I still have any. I'm not really sure. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? That's actually mostly it. So I've done a lot of knitting. It's been a lot of socks, three full socks, 2.5 socks, and that sweater. Other than that, what else do I want to talk about? I really want to show you guys this plant that I bought. So I don't know if you know this, you probably do. I am a little bit of a crazy plant lady as well. I tend to hoard things like yarn or fabric or plants. Sorry, just getting comfortable here. And I found this plant that I really wanted for a while on Facebook Marketplace, and she was delivering it for free, and it was $30, and I just, whoo, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that please can I buy this from you? Pretty please. And 6 hours later, as she's delivering this plant to my house, I send her an e-transfer to pay for it, and I have this beautiful new alocasia, and I'm just gonna show you. So here it is. Isn't it pretty? It's got one leaf still that's unfurling, but look at. I wonder if I can show you like anything here. I really love alocasias. Like, just look at all of the crazy fine details on the bottom of her leaves. I have another one, an Alocasia amazonica, so it's commonly known as African mask, and on the underside of the leaves it's like purple with the same kind of mazy labyrinth type pattern. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bigger than I was expecting it to be. Just a little bit. The place that I had planned for it to go in my house, it's a little big. That's fine though. I'm really excited. Yeah, look at you. Anyways, I'd rather not you think that I'm super crazy, so I'm not gonna keep talking to my plants. And actually, this new space that I have had for my alocasia, I decided last weekend that it was the weekend that I was going to reorganize this one corner of my living room. So I have these huge windows, they're probably 6 by 6 in a corner. So there's one big window here, one big window here. And that corner is relatively underutilized. My craft dresser was there, so the dresser that I had holding all of my craft supplies, of course it was a dresser, don't ask me why, it just was. My craft dresser was there, the couch, an old love seat. It was like my first couch when I moved into this house, so it's like starter furniture for sure. My love seat was in that corner. It was a glorified cat bed. The cat was the only one who used it. There was just this little TV stand, I guess, that has more craft supplies in it and tiny TV on it, but it's only like this tall, so it was really difficult to watch anything on it. And we have the big TV in the living room as well anyways, so it was just an underutilized corner. And I decided that I was going to finally reorganize that space again. I have had a dream I've had a dream for a while now. I was going to put a round couch in the corner right where those windows are and change things around a little bit, and it's going to be a little cute, cozy space, and that's exactly what I did. So I found this round couch. It's 58 inches around. Yeah, not circumference, diameter. It's been a while since I've taken math class. Definitely not 58 inches in circumference, 58 inches this way. So 58 inches around, and this space is only 88, I think. So got the couch, it was perfect, $400 used, beautiful. And I bought some IKEA shelves, the cube ones, the Kallax ones, if you're familiar with IKEA. So there's 4 cubes tall and a 4x4, well, 2x2 cube that's beside it. So that's basically perfect now for the TV. The TV is on a little 2x2. All of my yarn has moved into some of the boxes that'll fit into the bottom. So all of my yarn now is like condensed and organized by weight, finally. Wow, I've been missing out. My fabric is all in, well, not quite all of it, but a good chunk of it is in one of those boxes now as well. All of my other craft things, more or less, are now in that space. I absolutely love it. And then I decided that it would be great if I had a slip for the couch so that it would be easy to take off and throw in the wash, because the cat sheds a lot. And that was a problem with the old couch. It was really difficult to get all of the cat hair off, so we just had a blanket kind of permanently over it. So last weekend I also decided to stop at Fabricland, buy a bunch of fabric, and make the slip for the couch, which I've never done before, but turned out really well, actually. I am pretty pleased with how it worked. I did have to add a zipper because there's no stretch to the fabric at all. It is like upholstery fabric, so there's no stretch. It's got like this beautiful filigree embroidery on it, on an off-white kind of beigey, and then the back is blue, and I'm really pleased. So had to add a zipper. There's a couple of more tiny adjustments that I'm going to need to make, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm relatively pleased with myself. Other upcoming items of note, hopefully, this paycheck I'll be buying some knit fabric, because there's this sweater pattern that I have been eyeing up. This would be an actual sewing garment, so I'd have to sew it. Obviously this is not a knitting thing, this is a sewing thing, but I had briefly mentioned in my last podcast or 2 podcasts ago that garment making was one thing I really wanted to try this year. So I do have a pattern picked out. It's the Stella pullover, so it's got a couple of different options. There's like a hood and a cowl hood, and anyways. So I'm going to look at buying some fabric and see if I can jump into that, which is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I don't know about you guys, but every time I'm trying something new, it's gives me like the anxiety knot in my stomach. Ugh. I never feel prepared enough, and I'll do all of this Googling, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I have looked at all of the common problems, and I am ready, and then I'm still like, Google some more. Yeah, there's definitely a phrase for that, and I don't remember what it is, but it's like a phrase I have heard many times in different leadership meetings and courses that I've taken. And yeah, that's me. That's something I have a problem with. I definitely don't jump into things head first, for sure. I like dip a toe in. I'm like, okay, the water's fine. Put a foot in. Like, okay, I got this. This is great. All right. Take a couple steps back and get ready to run into the water, and then it's like, nope, okay, I'm just 2 toes. I feel shame. Anyways, rambling. I am going to cut it here, a little bit shorter than normal, but that is partially because two of my finished objects were the same pair of socks, so there's that. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If this gets uploaded today, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. If it unfortunately doesn't get uploaded till tomorrow, then I hope you have a spectacular week. And oh yes, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe. There is a little thumbs up button down below. If you liked it, please feel free to hit that. I would really appreciate it. If you didn't like it, please send me a message. Anyways, have a great rest of your day or your week. Stay safe and cool or warm or whatever you like, and healthy, and I will see you again in 2 weeks.